Hi everyone, Mr. Masura here. In this problem here, it's one more example using acceleration. The only difference is this time it's going to ask us to find the amount of time. Remember that with this formula there's 4 variables and it will tell you any 3 of them you can use a formula to calculate the 4th. So let's take a look at this problem. A sports car can speed up with an acceleration of 4 meters per second squared. How much time is needed for the car to speed up from 10 meters per second to 30 meters per second? Well, as always, we'll start by making a list of what we know. So it says it has an acceleration of 4 meters per second squared. So that's our A. A is 4 meters per second squared. It asks how much time is needed. Well, that tells us our question mark is going to be T for time. And then it says needed for the car to speed up from 10 meters per second to 30 meters per second. Well, that means, let's see, it's going 10 meters per second at the beginning of the problem. So that means our VI is going to be 10 meters per second. And then at the end, it's going 30 meters per second. So that will be our VF. Again, with this formula, because there's 4 variables, it'll ask you for one of them, and it should tell you all the other 3. So then we choose our formula. Well, since we're dealing with acceleration, our formula will be A equals V little f minus V little I all over T. Our third step in showing work is to plug in the numbers. So we know A is 4 equals VF, which is 30, minus VI, which is 10, all over T, which we don't know, so we'll leave it as T. Now, this is where solving it can be sort of tricky. I'll start with maybe the easier part. 30 minus 10 gives us 20. So we have 4 equals 20 divided by T. And now we have to find a way to solve for T. The problem is T's in the bottom of a fraction. That's never a good spot for it. So we need to do something to get T out of the bottom of that fraction. It's not multiplying by 20 or dividing by 20. It's multiplying both sides by T. If we multiply both sides by T, watch what happens. T times 4 gives you 4T. And then 20 divided by T times T, well, those cancel out and just gives us 20. So now we have 4T equals 20. Well, this one may look a little bit easier to go from here. All right, we divide both sides by 4, and 4T divided by 4 gives us just T. And 20 divided by 4 gives us 5. And then we label it with units. Since this is time, the units would be seconds. So that gives us our time of 5 seconds. What makes this problem tricky for many students is figuring out what to do to get T out from the bottom of that fraction. Whenever you have something you're trying to find in the bottom of the fraction, in this case T, when you multiply both sides by T, it will get the T out from the bottom of that fraction and make it easier to find from there.